So I thought I'd make it a regular thing to go over the patch notes that PUBG puts out, especially if they're big enough to warrant kind of reviewing. So I'll go over them, give my thoughts on them, and kind of just review them. This is a big patch, mostly because of Tago and everything that includes, but there's some big things down the bottom as well that we'll get into. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing being Destin. I went over my thoughts on this in my other video, but there's a few other things that I should add to it. I won't go over most of it, but I didn't talk about the cell towers in my last video, which are ascenders that are placed around the map, as well as these drones that go into drone accessible areas, and some high loot areas that you can access with the security keys. There's a few other things, but honestly, you will just experience them when we play the map, and this is too much for me to go over right now. And I've already talked about Destin, so we'll just leave it there. Alright, now on to the relevant things. Miramar. They've improved the terrain. Now this is, I don't know, maybe the second or third time they've said this. To be fair, they have made some improvements to the terrain in the past, but I can remember at least one patch where they said they improved terrain and I didn't really notice any difference. I really hope this time a lot of the terrain is improved, because there's so many bullshit like little terrain triangles and little spiky bits and shit that just comes out of the ground. It's incredibly frustrating to drive on Miramar sometimes, so I hope that this actually makes a big difference. They've improved the quality of some buildings, small cottages, storage buildings. There's no images of them here, but it says they've changed the inside and the outside. Oh, sorry, the inside is the big part, I guess, but I guess we'll have to see. I actually have to play Miramar. This line confuses me. Due to high win rates, the billboard on San Martin's roof has been removed. As far as I'm aware, there's two billboards at San Martin. There's the one that's like near the unplayable rocks, and then there's the one that's on the building in the city. Unless I'm absolutely tripping. Either way, I don't know what the fuck they mean by this. Don't know if it has anything to do with anything, so we'll just leave it there. This is the big one. This is relevant for comp because these warehouses are used a lot in competitive. And so the interior looks like they've changed, or looks like it's changed. There's no more walls in between, which I think I actually kind of like. It looks like the kind of defendability of the building has been improved. Just looks like a big open warehouse with some crates in the middle now, which is interesting. Again, this is relevant for comp because these warehouses are used a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how these are played with now. I don't know if they've improved the interior of this building here, but they've definitely improved the exterior. I don't know if that has anything to, or any tangible differences in the game, but it looks pretty cool. Storage fences and layouts have been rearranged. Don't know. Billboards have been installed all over the map. That's whatever. Again, inconsequential. They've changed Oasis, which I've seen some people criticize. I don't understand why. It's a cool change. Oasis was barely really played anyway, and the area was kind of frustrating to maneuver around. So, cool little change for Oasis. I wanted to get this picture up quickly because this is Oasis with the new changes. And the big changes obviously being Oasis, but the bigger ones being the unplayables surrounding Oasis. The one on the left has always been a big pain when it comes to maneuvering around it in competitive and stuff like that. So it's an interesting change now that they've flattened it out. They've added a compound down here, and it looks like the mountain as a whole is just a lot lower. I like that a lot because now this area may be playable and it may be fun to play around in, especially in competitive endings. I think this is a great change to Miramar. They also mentioned vehicle spots being added around the map. The Oasis one, and then 3 more here, which is cool. And then there's this whole thing on vehicle spawn balance because they've added the coupe, the orange coupe, to other maps, Erangel Vikendi Tago, and Erangel Miramar Tago. So that's cool. I like that they're putting the coupe on other maps. The coupe's a fucking sick car, so, and it's in ranked too. Wonder if it'll be in comp. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, cool change. The next big thing on the list is the workshop. Now, I've read through this a few times now, and I still don't understand some of it. It's a whole thing, and I still don't understand some of it. The gist of it is that you can purchase these crates with either BP or G coin, and then purchase the keys with either BP or G coin, and you'll get materials from that to then craft skins, old and new. So it says you'll be able to craft, where is it? Craft previous store Survivor Pass and esports skins with regular crafting, which is cool because you can get Survivor Pass stuff that you haven't, or that you've missed out on, which is a good change, I think. But again, you can see that this whole system is just designed to get people to spend more money on crates, which people have their opinions about, but it's cool that you can actually do some of it with BP. I'm going to lose all my BP buying those keys, I can guarantee it. But again, yeah, people have their opinions on how predatory this is, but it is what it is. I'm confused because there's a lot of different like this key voucher imprint credits tokens. I don't know how all of them, like I said, I've read through this a few times and I still have no idea what the hell the application of some of these things are. You can read through it yourself and see if you can understand it, but again, the gist is you'll be able to craft new and old skins, as well as repurpose and disassemble your old skins. And if we scroll down, they've adjusted the item tiers to be able to do this. So if we go all the way down to the bottom of the patch notes, there's this list here. So this is, I guess, every item in the game, or a lot of the items in the game have now been re-tiered, so that when you go to repurpose them or disassemble them, you get kind of an appropriate amount of materials, which is cool. Again, read through this yourself, see if you can understand it. I cannot. I guess we'll have to see. They said they're going to release a video explaining it, so I'll wait until then. Weapon Mastery Overhaul. This is one that I'm excited for, and I really hope they don't mess it up. Essentially, they've just expanded the weapon mastery system, so now you can continue to level up your weapons, even if you've already leveled them up to the max level. They've changed the way you get XP. Max level is now 700, and it's a tier system, which is interesting. And you'll get rewards for maxing your tiers or leveling up your tiers, including nameplates, which is great, mastery medals, so to apply to your character card, which is cool, and then charms, which is, I don't really care about charms, but they're there if you want them. So the nameplates as well, you'll get a different nameplate for every tier that you level up, which is cool. This is cool though, the XP count. Increase bonus multiplier to allow less popular guns to level up faster. That's big. And I think it's a really self-aware change from PUBG. I'm surprised that this is included, but I'm happy that it is. Points are rewarded based on kills instead of defeats. Also, defeat distance is no longer included in the final score. And they've increased the overall amount of XP, which is good, I guess. So it will make leveling up through these tiers less of a chore. We've updated the match reward BP earning formula to reduce the gap in BP income among players. I don't know what this means, but they've changed the amount of BP you get from these game modes. I don't know whether you get more, whether you get less. I don't know what they mean to reduce the gap in BP income. I guess we'll have to see what that actually entails. There's some performance stuff down here. Bug fixes for the training mode, among all the other bug fixes that you will expect in a normal patch, and then that's it. The things that I'm mostly looking for in these patches are things that are relevant to competitive. So again, the Miramar changes are something that's relevant to competitive. Everything else to me is interesting, but some of it is just kind of inconsequential to me, and I don't really care about it. And I'm mostly looking for stuff that's relevant to competitive, although it is fun to just look over and see what's new. But yeah, that was 18.2, and I'll see you later.